had so many people, bots, PP heads, tell me, have you read his book? Well, I got Mark Carney's book. It's very thick. I'd like to know how long it's been since PP has even read a book this thick. When someone tells me I need to read a book, there's one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy that book because I love to buy books. Reading books, a little bit of another story, but I'm hoping maybe the internet can keep me accountable here because I could do, a chapter by chapter summary here because I know a lot of people aren't going to read this book. The book is called Values, Building a Better World for All. And I'm just going to read the back. So it says, what do you value? Our world is full of fault lines, growing inequality in income and opportunity, systemic racism, health and economic crises from a global pandemic, mistrust of experts, the existential threat of climate change, deep threats to employment in a digital economy with robotics on the rise. Mark Carney argues that these fundamental problems and others like them stem from a common crisis in values. Drawing on the turmoil of the past decade, he shows how market economies have evolved into market societies where price determines the value of everything. When we think about what we as individuals value most highly, we might list fairness, health, the protection of our rights, economic security from poverty, the preservation of natural diversity, resources, and beauty. The tragedy is these things that we hold dearest are too often the casualties of our 21st century world when they ought to be our bedrock. In this profoundly important book, Mark Carney offers a vision of a more humane society and a practical manifesto for getting there. How we reform our infrastructure to make things better and fairer is at the heart of every chapter, with outlines of wholly new ideas that can restructure society and enshrine our human values at the core of all that we build for our children and grandchildren. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm sure the bootlickers are not going to like the sounds of any of that because how dare we value anything besides shareholder profits.